Twice a year, when the Earth, Moon, and Sun are perfectly aligned, their gravitational pulls work together to make the highest tides of the year. On December 5th, science enthusiasts, curious ongoers, and conservation teams came together under an event planned by the San Diego Bird Alliance.
My name is Kelsey Coleman. This was our very first bi-national King Tide event, which means we have Bird Alliance staff and partners in Ensenada right now doing the same exact event that we're doing here. Painting, birding, enjoying the marsh, connecting to nature, and documenting the king tides.
Birders have mixed emotions today. They are excited to see all their favorite birds briefly pushed to a more observable area, but the sad reality is that if we do not take action to conserve or restore the climate, these birds could permanently be stuck in this very situation.
This is going to be the average high tide in the early 2070s. Ridgway's rails are one that we spend a lot of time talking about. They're endangered. They need tidal wetlands to survive, and they spend their time walking around a marsh protected by the cordgrass and digging for invertebrates. But if you put that marsh under just a couple of inches of water, they can no longer stand and feed. So they have to move to the edge, or they just have to wait. It's like ordering food and having to wait 12 hours before you can get back to that food. It's a long time for them to wait, and as this happens more and more common, it'll make that habitat unacceptable to them. They'll leave or they'll die out. We won't have them in Mission Bay anymore unless we have this kind of habitat restored.
Birds aren't the only ones who are benefiting from marshes. Marshes also help clean our oceans, filtering slowly moving water as it passes through its compact roots and grasses. They protect the shoreline from eroding, as roots hold the soil together, and can also help during a storm.
But if we have green infrastructure along the shoreline, a resilient shoreline like a marsh, it's no problem if it floods because it's built to flood.
It's not just the rising sea level we need to be worried about, but the quality of the water itself.
My name is Leslie Gallegos. San Diego is so biodiverse, like it's one of the most biodiverse regions. We have so many freshwater bodies, we have so many great beaches. There's people that from all over the world that come to San Diego to visit the spaces that we have here. It's critical for us to do our part to protect it, to educate others, to bring awareness, and give back to this environment and the community.
And it's not just San Diego that the coastal keepers are advocating for.
We have our neighbors down the coast, Tijuana, Mexico, and one of the biggest issues we are working on right now, we are working with Tijuana Waterkeeper. There are equivalent on the other side of the border, kind of like San Diego Coastkeeper. There's waterkeepers all over the state, the country, the world. And we all focus on doing like different water-related projects, water quality monitoring, and we're working with them to kind of bridge that gap in education and awareness with the Tijuana River because it goes through the border. The river doesn't know any borders.
Taking action to support causes like these is easier than you think. Just showing up to an event like this can be enough to show the city that its residents are serious about their demands for change.
So much wildlife depends on spaces like this, and it changes depending on the season. And so your curiosity doesn't ever have to stop in places like this, which is really cool. I think just wondering about our natural world is like the thing that I want to instill in the community because it's all uphill from there, in my opinion.